Okay. Yeah, it's a process. This time I got it right.
Is it on?
Yes, it's on. And it should be on Geaux Rouge. And we should be good
Hey,
to go.
YouTube. So I spilled a cup of hot tea on the board, which has caused us to be momentarily late. We are up and running. We are going to start the show momentarily. I got like 5 thumbs on each hand. So, you would think that having 5 thumbs would be, but no, I'm very klutzy. I spill stuff.
You don't have to cover for me. I suck too. This is where we're at.
I suck.
All right. You ready to get rolling?
Yeah, I just can't find the video.
I've got it up over here.
Yeah, if you share it on Talk 107.3, I'll share it from there.
Okay.
And if you might want to turn your volume off on your phone, or make sure, because that has been
is muted.
Yes, perfect.
Of course something went wrong. That's all that happens around here.
So I've lost a bunch of weight. And so there's 2 suits that Brown & Brown are trying to salvage for me that are Brown & Brown suits. And I need one of them to wear to a gala next Wednesday. And so the problem with losing a bunch of weight is you don't have any suits that technically, quote unquote,
it's a
fit.
good problem to have.
I can't hop on Facebook right now.
Okay.
And I don't know why. So
Okay.
We are up and running though.
All right.
I assure you I'm watching it right now.
This is life. It's wonderful.
Roll with the punches.
Right. I have an excellent meditation meeting at a Buddhist temple later today. It's going to be great.
Ready?
Yep. Welcome to a very special episode of the Geaux Rouge Radio Show. This is your host, Franz Borkhardt. It's special, Brian, because we're recording on a Monday. Normally we record on Fridays.
Yeah.
But we're recording on a Monday. So if you're listening on the weekend, on Saturdays at noon at Talk 107.3, it's not really any more special, although I think it's special because we got some great guests lined up. In the second half of the show, we have coaches Sean HUDSON, as well as her assistant coach, Seb Furness, with the LSU women's soccer. In our first half of our show, we're going to start off with Vaughn Iyengar talking about October being the Filipino-American History Month. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Come on, Franz.
Now but you know what? Awareness.
Yes.
We're helping cultivating that, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about what that means for Louisiana, and specifically, there is an event coming up in Baton Rouge that we're going to talk about. Our second guest of the show in the first half is going to be David St. Romain. He's going to come talk to us about the Center for Literacy and Learning. So it's going to be a good special episode. Before we jump in, I got to talk about pink. So you'll notice once again, Brian, it's October. I'm wearing pink still. Every day in October, I've got to wear pink because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'm trying to raise awareness, Vaughn, for breast cancer and the fight, the scourge of it. So I am participating in Real Men Wear Pink, which means I wear pink all month, and I help raise money for it. So you'll notice that we have a very lovely, Brian, a very lovely hot pink Yeti cup. On the front, it says the Borkhardt Law Firm. On the back end, it says Cancer Sucks. The Borkhardt Law Firm donated a few of these so that we could help give them away and raise some money. So it's super simple. You go to the Geaux Rouge page, and if you donate $50 to the Real Men Wear Pink campaign to support my efforts, what happens is you get a chance to win this beauty, okay? Nice. And we're going to do drawings every single week. I will actually do a Facebook Live drawing this week. There are 4 entries right now, so you got a good shot of winning. So, yeah, definitely want to donate there. Before we jump into Filipino-American History Month, we need to thank our show sponsors. These are the businesses that make the Geaux Rouge show possible. Dr. Gunja Reyna with MDVIP, Heal 360. She is my doctor. She has helped me on this weight journey. Brian, before you head out, she has helped me on that weight journey. And so if you are looking to make some major life changes, you need to talk to Dr. G. Now, look, I think you know her, right? You know her, and I know Vineeth knows her, your husband. She's crazy, but like in a good way. So I definitely endorse her. www.drreyna, spell doctor out, drreyna.com. Tell her that I sent you. We have La Divina Italian Cafe, serving select wines, ice cold beer, plus their exclusive sorbet mimosa. You definitely want to get them, whether it's coffee, whether it's meetings, whether it's dinner or breakfast. You definitely want to go there. And then last but not least, my law firm, the Borkhardt Law Firm, the finest criminal defense firm in the universe. In the universe. All right, so without further ado, I was messaged yesterday that I needed to have you on the show, Vaughn. Because
Sorry about that.
No. It was good because I admitted I'm vulnerable. I read a lot of Brene Brown. I can admit my vulnerability. I admitted I did not know that October. So October is Cyber Security Month. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes,
But I didn't know it was Filipino American History Month.
it is.
So I was advised to have you on the show. You're here. Talk to me about this. What is Filipino American History Month mean? And then also, I didn't even know we had an association of Baton Rouge, the Filipino American Association of Baton Rouge. So jump right on in.
Yes, so the Filipino-American Association of Baton Rouge has been here since 1995. I
Okay.
mean, longer than that, but they become an NGO, a nonprofit organization in 1995. I just joined them, and this year I'm the Vice President External. And we put together this event that we want to celebrate, of course, together with Louisiana.
So wait, you're in line to be the next president?
Oh my gosh! I mean, that's too soon of a talk.
Well, you're the you're vice president, right? That means you're the second in command.
I was voluntold.
Okay. Yes, I'm familiar with this concept. So, all right. So you are working with this organization.
Yes.
We have a local association. October is an awareness month for you
Correct,
guys, right?
yes.
And in that vein, you guys are organizing and putting on a wonderful looking event this coming weekend, right?
Yes. And we call it LAFITTE BAYANIHAN. So there is a great meaning to why we are having the outreach at Lafitte, since with the history in Louisiana, Lafitte is where the location of the first organized Filipino community in Louisiana and in the United States.
Okay.
Yes, it's basically in 1800s. I'm not necessarily certain to what date it is, but in history, definitely we have our location in Louisiana as the first Filipino organized community in the United States.
So I'm not trying to put you on the spot. What caused that migration? What caused those Filipinos to come to Louisiana?
Well, we were also under the Spanish colony for 300 years. Of course, Louisiana was under Spain before and all of that. They brought people in to work with them and whatnot, and some of them stayed here in Louisiana.
Awesome. So if you're listening on the radio, our show airs at noon. So after you get done listening to our show, you can go. It's October 9th. You can go participate in this Lafitte event.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about how it works.
So basically, we are going to have a food and cleanup drive in Lafitte. So we all know that Lafitte has been devastated by Hurricane Ida recently, and a lot of the southeast location as well, unfortunately, and they're still recovering. So us, as a Filipino community, we want to be there for them as well, since not many know about this, but Mayor Tim Kerner is actually one of the direct descendants of the first Filipino settlers here in Louisiana, especially in Lafitte area.
So if I want to get more information on where to show up and what's going to go on at this event, where would I go?
So Friday afternoon until the evening, we will be at the LSU Alumni Center, where we're going to have our food preparation. So we'll be cooking some Filipino foods such as chicken adobo, and we also have pancit and whatnot. If you have not had Filipino food, I know we're going to have it on schedule later on.
So this is the story, guys. The story is,
Yes.
Vaughn, who is a wonderful human being, has invited me to come to their house to
Yes.
have Filipino food. And the reason
And he canceled last minute.
the
Yep.
reason I did was I gave her husband grief because I'm on a lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle.
Hey, I can prepare healthy food, Filipino-wise.
So he called me high maintenance, which is absolutely true. I am high maintenance.
And that's why Dr. Reina Gunjun is there for
yes,
you.
yes. Okay, so you want to go either to y'all's social media page or you can go to the Geaux Rouge page. I posted something on there that has all the events and all
Yes.
that. You guys are also partnering with a bunch of great organizations.
Yes, absolutely. And we are so grateful for the partnership that we have. Of course, we have Mayor Sharon Broome under her umbrella, which is the Healthy BR. So I'm grateful for Daryl Gisel, of course, and Jared Hamowitz, who is the director for the Healthy BR initiative in the city. We have, of course, Mayor Tim Kerner of Lafitte. We have the Baton Rouge Area Foundation, as well as the Lad Cook Hotel and Conference Center, which I am affiliated with, and the LSU Alumni Association for partnering with us, and Louisiana Fish Fry.
So this is an immersion
Yes.
experience. This is a help make someplace cleaner and better. Kid friendly, child friendly. I've got a 6-year-old. He likes to clean up.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We are open for anyone who wants to be with us to volunteer. You know what we call LAFITTE BAYANIHAN? Bayanihan in Filipino is basically means community and cooperation. And Bayani is a short, a meaning hero. So
Okay.
being a volunteer, if you want to be a hero and help us out and do a little outreach as a Baton Rouge, community to go to Lafitte, come with us. We will be in a Lad Cook Alumni Center in Friday as well as Saturday morning. We'll be bringing food over there, as well as after the distribution, we're going to do a little cleanup.
I kind of know the answer to this, but I want you to elaborate. I'm doing that lawyer thing where I ask questions I already know the answers to. Where's Lafitte?
Lafitte is going to be at Jean Lafitte in St. Bernard, area. And it's just going to be like 30-minute down from New Orleans.
All right, all right. So one more time, if they want more information, Vaughn, about the association or events going on this month, where would they go?
Please log on to, of course, if you're in Facebook, we do have our Facebook page for the Filipino American Association of Greater Baton Rouge, of course, at Geaux Rouge as well.
Geaux Rouge, yeah.
And we have it as well in our different social media as well.
So if you've got free plans or a free Saturday, October 9th, you want to go to the Food and Cleanup Drive. It's coming up. In fact, when this airs on Talk 107.3, it'll be that morning. The Jean Lafitte cleanup. It is going to be an excellent way for you to get some cultural immersion, some good food, do some good for the community.
Definitely.
Look, I appreciate you coming in at the last minute. I will blame your husband for putting this on my radar at the last minute. But you were a soldier. You stepped up.
Hey, come on.
So so look, before we let you go, I need to again show off for those watching on YouTube Live.
Yes.
This is the Hot Pink Cancer Sucks, and you can vouch. It does say Cancer Sucks, right?
Oh yes.
Like
This is awesome.
I think Vineeth needs to. Well,
you ain't getting it back.
Well, you have to make a donation, and
Exactly.
then you have to win
Beneath
it.
will do that,
Okay.
and you're gonna give this to me
Oh
later.
my goodness!
Speaking of voluntold,
Yes.
Voluntold there.
So if you want again a chance to win this, you need to go to the Geaux Rouge social media page, click donate, give to the Real Men Wear Pink campaign.
Yes.
$50 gets you a chance to win this, but you know what? You're special. Not just because you're married to Vineeth. So look, thank you for coming on the show, and we
Pleasure
will
to be here.
definitely
Thank
have you on
you
again.
so much.
All right, so guys, we're going to transition. Now I have one of my good friends on who does far more music, radio. Brian, do you know this guy? Do you know this guy, David St. Romain?
a
little bit. So David, welcome to the show, man. Hop on in. So David reached out to me, Brian, and said, "Hey, we've got this Center for Literacy and Learning thing going on. I need to come spread some information." I'm also excited. Special thing. I'm very excited because both you and David simultaneously have been trying to get me to this retreat that I am now signed up for.
I forgot he was in on this. Yeah.
Yeah. If enough people tell you need to eat or do something, you eventually eat or do
stop.
it. Or stop doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. So David, what's going on, man?
Man, I'm so excited to be here on Monday morning.
Oh, dude. Dude, thank you
I'm
for
like
coming.
riled up. It's been
So
awesome.
David is an example of a go-getter and a doer, because David wanted to do this because he wanted to showcase something he has coming up. And I was like, well, dude, we're recording special time Monday at 11. Who can you get on there? And it was like, and this was like Saturday.
Yeah.
So this is, if you think that I have all this planned out weeks in advance, no, I don't. So, okay, what's going on with the Literacy and Learning Center, the Center for Literacy and Learning?
So I was brought on to be part of this mission.
Right.
You know, I'm a big person who believes in I'm a little person who believes in the community and helping out the community as much as possible. So one of the main things I wanted to do was give back to the young people as much as possible. And when I was talking to somebody about that, he brought me on to support the Center for Literacy and Learning and the missions of early childhood education. What we are doing, CLL is hosting roundtable events across the state. We've hosted one already in Alexandria. Thank you to some of the folks that came out to that. And what we are doing at these roundtables is we are bringing to the center and to the forefront the literacy rates. I don't know if you know it, but only 1 in 4 of our kids coming out of 3rd grade can actually read proficiently. 26% of our kids are coming out of 3rd grade reading proficiently.
How is that?
Well, if you look at the dropout rates in high school, it really reflects itself. It shows its ugly head because we are at the bottom of the barrel of dropout rates and the bottom of the barrel of early childhood. So what CLL has done, that we've been working, or we as an organization has been working with the department for quite a few years, but they have found the evidence to lean them more towards the early childhood impact. So now in the next couple of years, we're taking these roundtable events that I'm going to tell you about that's coming up, and we are informing the public more. We are getting together with the community, from business leaders, from education partners, from delegate partners, radio media people like yourself, legal teams, however we can.
You need to get on Haldane's show, man.
That's what I'm telling you. What we're trying to do is we're trying to bring together the community so that we can impact the community, because the problem is we're leaning on the government or the DOE or just public sector to take care of our children and the problems that we're seeing right now. It is time for us as a community to step up and support each other.
So walk me through, how do these roundtables work?
Well, it's a luncheon, so it's a 1-hour event.
So you get food too.
You get food out the deal. You get, you get to hear my story. You also get to, which is not very special, but
I don't know. Your story's pretty special.
I was fishing there. Come on, hang on.
Don't cut yourself. Don't give yourself a little slack there. So you get to hear some stories, a little bit of lunch.
Yeah, at lunch, and it's going to be quick. I mean, it's only going to be an hour, but we're downtown at the library, the River Branch Library, on this Thursday, and we want to invite anyone to come, really, but you can sign up at cdl.org.
cdl.org.
Yep, you can sign up there, and also you can always reach out to me on any, personally, but cdl.org is where you're going to find the way to sign up for our event. And this event, really, you walk out of there, you learn a whole lot about where we are currently. It's not a lot of bright lights and sunshine and rainbows, because unfortunately we're just not in that situation.
But we need to have honest conversations about
exactly,
because look, reading, and I guess at 42 years old, I take it for granted that reading is just one of those things that I take for granted.
Yeah, we all do.
It's and I can't even remember, Brian. I can't even remember when that threshold was crossed that all of a sudden I could read.
Yeah,
like I could formulate words and the sentences. And
I would assume you were very young when it happened.
So, I am a genius. My son is 6, and last night he had a Michael Jordan "Just Do It" shirt on because he's into basketball. Coach Brian will confirm he's into basketball.
Right?
Fisher's got a little talent. Fisher's got a little talent.
I don't know how.
I don't. Yeah. And I asked him. I said, "What's on your shirt, buddy?" And he goes, "I can't read." And I'm like, dude, there's 3 words on there, and you bought the. I bought the shirt for you because you were excited because you associated the images with basketball and couldn't read it.
Okay, so
just as long as we're bringing up a generation to appreciate Michael Jordan instead of LeBron as the GOAT.
Amen.
Michael Jordan,
the
basketball player, learn to read anytime, as long as he recognizes the GOAT.
And
we're good.
let's be clear, Michael Jordan, the basketball player, not Michael Jordan, the actor, who's also an exceptionally
baseball player.
Or baseball player.
Okay, so not to get into that, but you're talking about how reading impacts us and we don't recognize it. Right. One of the things that I learned when I joined this group is that I'm like you. I have a 6-year-old who is just starting to recognize words from visually seeing it. And I think that's, I don't know enough about the way that they went before about how we've been educating our kids, but what I've learned over the last couple of weeks, I'm not going to say on this radio because it's scary.
Right.
How our kids are sometimes being taught. Not all the time. We have an amazing bunch of teachers out there in this state, an amazing bunch of administrators. So I don't want to at all dog the administration or the teachers, but I want to say that what I've learned is that our evidence and best practices is going to come down to we've got to let our kids see the letter, teach them, recognize, and then begin to use those practices of recognition. So those simple words that you're talking about your son, that's what I'm learning. I think it's about 7, and you can don't quote me on this, but it's my son's 6, and he's just starting to do some sight word reading, and like you said, it is that moment of transition. 7, I think, is maybe early childhood. So K through 3 is what we're focused on with these programs, and what you're going to learn about on Thursday at our event at the Downtown River Center at the River Library at noon, by the way, and cdl.org is where you want to go sign up. I'm just getting it all in there while I can.
You're saving me from having to even say
That's
anything.
what I'm talking about. So what you're going to learn on Thursday is the current rates and how they've currently affected our labor force and our everything. And then you're going to learn about the future. What about our future? Our children, my child has just gotten a PS4. He's just learning hand-eye coordination stuff. He's just learning, we have got to continue to impact them in a way that's going to
So my child has the opposite problem. He's all about electronics and videos and YouTube videos. And
yeah.
It's
No, Gavin too.
And
Gavin
I'm
loves it.
How do I turn this into an educational opportunity? Right. He was playing Smash Brothers last night with my brother and his cousin, and I'm just like, there has to be a way of making this educational besides, watching Yoshi wail on Pikachu, and that's shout out Smash Brothers. So who's going to be on these panels, man? Who can I expect to see on these panels?
Well, you'll have John Weibel is he's our CEO, or I'm not sure exactly his role, but he is the head man in charge of the Center of Literacy and Learning. He will be there speaking. Some folks that will be there, I already know. I've invited some community leaders that will be there. I don't want to give away just out of respect for them.
Yeah, don't.
But I would say there will be delegates there.
Okay.
There will be education partners from every level all the way to the top. And as we appreciate their support, and because we are working directly with the department on these programs in the next couple of years, and part of this is to prepare a report. What we're doing is we're getting the feedback of the public in these roundtables to prepare a report that we can then present to legislature, and then as we need, create the systems and the processes through legislation that can then help support our children in the future.
David St. Romain with the Center for Literacy and Learning. Man, this has been I'm going to be honest with you. Until I started talking to David, Brian, I didn't know we had a center. And I'm like Mr. Baton Rouge, and I didn't know we had a center.
This is why I'm here,
It's like
man.
a Furness show all of a sudden. It's like
Dude,
you learn about the
well, if they're not doing
Filipino-American
brunch, if they're not doing
history.
brunch on Saturdays and Sundays, there may be a problem for me. But candidly, I like the mission of this. If there's anything we can do, David, to support, again, cdl.org /LEEDS to register for the event. Does the event cost any money?
It's 100% free.
100% free. So you get food too?
You get food,
dude,
and it's free.
What kind of food we talking about?
I can't give that away. Come on, man.
Well, I mean, if it's free food. So look, we're about to
the best kind.
Yeah. So
free.
David, I'm going to point out again. We have about 30 seconds left. The Cancer Sucks Yeti mug that I need to get rid of these. You can donate.
How much are they? Donate?
So you can donate $50, and you get a chance to win. And I will tell you, this 30-ounce Yeti is more expensive than $50.
So I'm buying that one.
Well, you can
buy
a chance
one or win it.
A chance to win that one.
I got you.
You can go to the Geaux Rouge page, Brian. You scroll down to Real Men Wear Pink. Make sure you donate for the Franz Borchardt competition.
Doing it right now.
Yeah, David's doing it right now. So look, guys, we're going to take our first break. Brian, when we come back, we're going to have something new to the Geaux Rouge show. We're going to have sports as a topic.
Yes.
For those who don't know, I don't know much about sports. We're going to have the LSU women's soccer team in effect here. We have Coach HUDSON as well as assistant coach Furness. So we're going to take a break. We will be right back. Likes, Facebook being down.
Facebook's down.
That's what.
Down right now?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't get to Facebook. I tried to post on.
So
I tried to post on mobile. Is anybody having trouble with desktop? And my post to mobile won't go either.
some bigger stuff going on that we know.
Yeah, I like it.
They've come down on them pretty hard.
So the
Coach!
question is Facebook being down external or internal? We'll show you. Just take the whole thing down for a minute, and everybody will lose their minds, and then you'll realize.
You think they'll learn how to read?
Take your foot off of us.
You think I can read a book if you shut Facebook down? Can you get those coaches, please, so we can get them out of here? Oh yeah, they are. They're European, dude. Can I get them? So, Seb and Coach Shawn. I have trouble calling coaches. I'm watching a lot of Ted Lasso lately. It's causing problems. Great show. Brian, I'm going to use this microphone, so can we mic check this? And then, look, guys,
You're good to go.
you might want to stand for this because everybody looks terrible if they're sitting, which is, of course, why I said. Yeah, we film it right on that thing right there. Dude, you're great. You're wearing LSU apparel. It's great. No pressure. No pressure. Come on. But you do have to be almost right on these microphones.
Okay.
So if we point to the microphone, you're not doing, hey guys, this is YouTube. We're on YouTube Live. We got Coach Shawn and Coach Seb, short for Sebastian. We're about to tee up. Brian, have you had these guys on the show before? No. So there's a running joke. So I have my own Geaux Rouge show. I do legal commentary. I'm a lawyer by day. I do legal commentary on radio and news and even national news, but I know diddly squat about sports. And when I tell you I know nothing about sports, I know nothing about sports. And so the fact that I'm about to have you on is kind of fun. I'm joking. I know a little bit about sports. I was once married to a soccer player, so that was long story. Yeah.
There we go.
Soccer was kind of dead to me for a little while after the marriage, but then I'm warming back up to it. So I saw my 6-year-old kicked a soccer ball the other day. It was beautiful. So, anyways, we're gonna do a 2-minute intro and then 20 minutes of unbridled women's soccer, just
Brilliant.
LSU women's soccer. We're gonna talk about how to get tickets, how to experience. We're gonna talk about the academic distinction you guys just had. I was reading about that your soccer team didn't get recognized for being one of the top academic performers in what, the SEC or NCAA? Not NCAA. NCAA. See, no sports. Yes. Black Civil Rights, National College Athletic Association. Yes. It's been one of those days. So, anyways, yeah, y'all been doing some great stuff. So, we're just going to talk about it and talk about how it's transition coming to Baton Rouge. How long have you been in Baton Rouge now?
About 20 months.
Man, I've got questions.
Yeah.
I've got questions. Seb, how about you?
At the same time.
Yeah, I've got
Sharon
questions.
retired and I came 2 weeks afterwards.
Yeah, I've
so,
got lots of questions about your experience in the integration into our culture here. You were previously where? You were
Colorado.
You were coaching where in Colorado?
In Colorado Springs.
Oh, beautiful town.
Yeah.
I could live in Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
So yeah, Colorado, Baton Rouge. It's like apples and oranges. All right, so we're gonna do a 2-minute intro and then I'll just tee you up. Okay.
Okay.
Facebook is down right now, which is causing large-scale pandemonium and chaos.
Like nationwide down.
Down.
Yeah. Wow.
So, which is problematic because we normally share the YouTube video right onto the Geaux Rouge page, which we will do. I mean, there's no way that YouTube is not. I mean, there's no way that Facebook will remain down more than
How many viewers do you have?
on Facebook 24,000 followers. On YouTube, less. But everybody has less on YouTube.
YouTube's a slow build.
Yeah.
But it's also going out to the radio, so the entire Greater Baton Rouge area is going to hear this.
Yes.
It's great.
You ready?
Yep.
All right, stand by.
Welcome back to the second segment of the Geaux Rouge Radio Show. This is your host, Franz Borchardt. If you're listening on Talk 107.3 or watching on the YouTube Geaux Rouge channel, welcome back. Brian, I'm excited, man. We're talking sports. We're talking sports on the Geaux Rouge Show.
Finally in your wheelhouse, huh?
So I have a son that plays elite kindergarten basketball right now. Coach Brian is.
We're getting there. We're
Yeah,
not
we're
elite yet.
We're not elite yet, but he can dribble. He can dribble. and I watched him kick a soccer ball recently. So, of course, I have this fantasy that he'll be playing World Cup at some point in his life. Probably not. That will probably never happen. He has my genetics. So, before we jump into the second half, I do want to do a teaser that we have LSU women's soccer coach Sharon HUDSON in, as well as assistant coach Seb. So we're gonna kick off to them in a moment. Before we do that, though, we need to talk about two things, Brian. First and foremost, I've been plugging the pink mug a lot, right? October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I am participating in the Real Men Wear Pink, where I am challenged. I'm challenged to wear pink every single day in October, which so far so good. It's only been 4 days. I'm still wearing pink. I am also fundraising to help destroy and obliterate breast cancer. So in one of the ways I'm doing that is I am raffling off these Cancer Sucks. I can say Cancer Sucks. You can say Cancer Sucks if you want to. Yeti mugs, sponsored by my law firm. So if you donate $50 to the Real Men Wear Pink campaign, you get a chance to win this. And I'm going to tell you, I have 20 of these mugs. So I'm giving away some of the mugs every week. And the more you donate, the more your chances to win are going to increase. So definitely consider giving a little bit of love to the Real Men Wear Pink campaign. All the proceeds go to American Cancer Society, Brian. Before we jump into the coaches, let's thank our show sponsors, the Borkart Law Firm. That's my criminal defense firm, the finest criminal defense firm in the universe, not just the state of Louisiana, universe. La Divina Italian Cafe, open every morning, serving custom-made from scratch breakfasts. Have you been to La Divina Italian Cafe yet?
I have not.
Okay, so we're going to make this happen. Have you been to La Divina yet?
Not.
All right,
No.
so it's on Perkins Road. It is in the same shopping center as Trader Joe's. It is a stone's throw away from LSU's campus. Well, it's a little bit further than a stone's throw, but it's near LSU's campus. We are going to give you guys some La Divina Italian Cafe. They serve coffee, tea, some of the best breakfasts in Baton Rouge, as well as if you like live music and dinner. You see what I'm doing here? I'm incorporating the guest with the sponsorship. It's wonderful. We'll line that up for you guys. La Divina Italian Cafe, and then last but not least, Dr. Gunjarena with MDVIP. She is my medical doctor. If you've noticed, I've lost a considerable amount of weight in the last year. It hasn't even been a year yet. It's literally been 10 months. Not even 10 months. It's been 9 months. Over 100 pounds.
You're over 100 pounds?
Oh, I'm over 100 pounds, baby. Oh, yeah.
Over 100 pounds.
Over 100 pounds.
That's fantastic.
That's
Yes.
fantastic.
Need to start toning up, though. Need to start running, maybe playing team sports for 40-year-olds.
Maybe
plus.
lift something.
Some
Maybe
soccer.
Some soccer, yes. So definitely check her out, drrena.com. Okay, look, without further ado, I was reading about the LSU women's soccer team recently. And I was like, I know this is an awareness episode. That means I'm picking things that I know very little to nothing about, having guests on to talk about that. So in the first half of the show, we had the Filipino American Awareness Month on. We had a Literacy Learning Center on with the second guest, women's soccer, LSU women's soccer. We have an LSU women's soccer, and you guys are doing pretty well. I want to talk about how I can go to a game. I want to talk about what's going on with the program right now. I want to talk about, you name it. I want to talk about scholar athletes because you guys have a ton of them. I also want to talk about the transition from where you were before to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So Coach Sharon and Coach Seb, welcome to the show. Very happy you're here. The other thing I like about the LSU women's soccer program is if I call Coach O's office, I got to go through an administrative assistant. Coach Sharon picks up her own phone, man. I like that. That's, to me, look, I have a law office. I pick up my own phone. There's nothing wrong with that. So anyways, how's life, guys?
It's busy, but it's fun.
All right, so
It's
when's your
great.
next match?
Thursday, Texas A&M at home.
Okay, so I can go
6
to the
p.m.
I can go to the Texas A&M game at home. Okay, so how do I, first and foremost, most important part of this episode, how do I get tickets to the game? We're going to talk about this a few times.
They're free. Just come on in. No
They're
tickets.
free?
Yep. See? Come on down. LSU
Occasionally,
soccer.
if you get there early enough, there might be a free scarf in it for you as well.
Oh.
So
LSU's giving away free stuff? I'm excited.
Free T-shirts, free scarves.
Okay, so you can literally go for free, Brian.
Yep.
So Thursday, what time is the game?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. And soccer games generally last about how long at the college level?
2 hours.
2 hours, okay. Talk to me about women's soccer at LSU right now.
Doing great.
You are doing
Yeah.
really good, right?
Yeah.
So what has it been like? You've been here for about 20 months now. So what's it been like transitioning from where you were, Colorado Springs, to now Baton Rouge, Louisiana?
Well, there's a lack of mountains here. So that
There's
was
no
probably-
mountains. You've got humidity here.
The weather actually hasn't been a big factor for us. We train
Okay.
in the mornings, so I love the heat. It's been great getting to know the community. Lots of friendly people here that like to have some good food and like to socialize around LSU sports. So we've loved it. And yeah, I think initially in the first year it was difficult with the pandemic, obviously.
Right.
We didn't really have the opportunity to like engross ourselves in the community, but just in the last few months it's been fun to see what Baton Rouge really has to offer.
So I was dabbling on your social media page, and I saw that the women on your team just got an academic honor or distinction. Talk to me a little bit about that, because we think of sports as just sports, but these are college athletes. So there's the academic component, there is the scholar component. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, we got a team, just an academic award, academic excellence award from the NCAA. I think, obviously, we call them student athletes for a reason, right? Student comes before athlete, and I think soccer players, but mainly athletes in general on the women's side, are very, very studious, and they want to do the best that they can in the classroom and be future leaders.
Well, I want to unpack that a little bit. How much? So if I'm playing on the women's soccer team, how much of a time commitment is that? Because I imagine you practice daily.
Mm-hmm.
So walk me through a typical week for a soccer player for your team.
Go ahead, Sam.
I tell you what, Franz, we demand a lot from our players, and
Right.
the NCAA rules permit 4 hours a day with the team, whether that's
Okay.
practice, meetings, individual work, whatever it may be. So we start our day early on the grass, typically about 7 a.m., and we could be on there from 90 minutes to 60 minutes sometimes. So,
Okay.
and then after practice, the girls will typically lift, go to weights with our strength and conditioning coach, and then whether we've got meetings with the individual players on the afternoon, but in between there, the girls are running to go grab lunch. They're going to class on the afternoon, so it's a lot. The demand's a lot, but I tell you what, we've got. We're talking about the scholar athletes. We've got tremendous support and resources at LSU, and not just with facilities, but people. And it's so much more than the soccer staff that are supporting our women through this. And I think it's a testament to what we achieved with the team academically.
So how many total women do you have on the team?
32.
32. Huh.
Yeah.
So obviously, one of the earlier guests pointed out that you guys were not from Kansas. You guys originally are from where?
Wales in the United Kingdom.
Okay. So you've had a bit of a transition. Wales to where?
Colorado.
Colorado Springs, not
Baton
Baton
Rouge.
Rouge. And I'm only laughing because I love Colorado Springs is one of my favorite places on earth. Seconded only by Boulder, Colorado, which is another wonderful place. So there's 4 hours-ish a day plus the academics, and look, I think the scholar award was that they were over a 3.0 GPA. So that's tremendous. And then look, so I'm going to bring it back to sports. Are you ready, Brian Haldane? So for a while, I did some work with the LSU rugby team. I represented some of the young men there, and I had some misconceptions about rugby. Right, I was like, these are just a bunch of jocks. Like pre-med, engineering. One was honors geology, and they wanted to be a petroleum engineer one day. So the misconceptions about athletes are rampant, right? So I want to focus on the academic component. But okay, the other side of this is we need to get more people aware of LSU women's soccer, which means getting them to the games, which by the way, Brian, again, free.
Lots of giveaways too.
Where's the soccer stadium?
Just behind the football operations building.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm
Towards the levee.
Yeah, there you go. So probably very easy to park, very easy to get in and out of.
Yeah. We've even got some tailgates there. We've got some of our
I was
parents.
going to say, do people tailgate?
We've got a growing tailgate community.
So okay. So what are this is where I transition into misconceptions about soccer.
Okay.
As someone who was, you heard me say that I was once in a relationship with someone who was into soccer is an understatement. Because when you're into, by the way, when you're into soccer, coach, it's not like you dabble in soccer.
You're all in.
Soccer is life,
Religion, lifestyle.
So she was a soccer player. She was a soccer ref on the side. She was also a paralegal.
Oh.
So she was, when she wasn't working, she was soccer. So I took a break from soccer after we broke up. I took a break. I blamed the sport when I should have maybe, So what are some misconceptions about soccer? Things that you wish people knew about your sport?
Well, Some people think it's boring because there's not a lot of scoring going on in it, but I think the beauty of soccer is that it is a fluid game. There's no timeouts. It's very player-driven, player-centric. The players are having to execute on the fly. They're not being told specifically by coaches which plays to play. But I think the beauty of the game is, you know, we have players from all over the world on our team. You know, it is the world's game, and we play a really fast-paced, sort of attack-minded game, and we've scored a lot of goals this season. I think we're in the top 20 in the country for goals scored. So we definitely want to get the kids and the local community out to the games.
You guys are definitely in the national spotlight right now. People are, you know, again, I don't watch a lot of sports, but in Googling LSU women's soccer, you guys are definitely making waves. Talk to me a little bit about the diversity. You said that your players are from all over the place. Talk to me a little bit about what that means. Like, give me some for instances.
Yeah, I mean, we've got diversity on our staff, with Sharon being from Wales, me being from England, but we've got everyone from, we've got 5 British girls, I believe, an African player, a national team player for Ghana, and a Canadian player. So,
wow.
And then if you look at our roster in terms of where the girls are from within the states, like they're scattered within the southern states, but, you know, last year we had a girl from all the way up in Minnesota. So it's something, you know, it's part of the sport, but it's something we celebrate and something we recruit to as well.
So one of the things the limited things I know about sports is, you pointed it out, your coaching in soccer is much different than, say, watching a football game where the coach is calling the plays, he's calling everything, the defense, the offense. I would imagine that the conditioning and practice that you do prior to the games is really the coaching. I'm not trying to underscore what you do, because I have no concept of what you do in terms of being a college team coach. But I would imagine sitting back and watching and not having that control. Talk to me a little bit about that, because I like having control. In my life, I need control. So talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think, like you said, we have to get our point across during the week, and you know, the games on Thursdays and Sundays are the test. So we've got to educate the players during the week on the game plan and the model, and then we just have to trust them to go out and execute it on the field. But it's been interesting, actually, in our SEC games this season. We've been playing in front of some pretty big crowds. So I don't have the loudest voice to begin with, so I have to lean on Seb in these moments.
You're very soft-spoken. Yeah, I mean.
So the players don't hear a lot anyway from the sideline. But no, for us, it's about, you know, it's about trusting the players, giving them the information and the tools they need to execute, and then them going out and delivering on that.
So I have a question. Brian's asked me to ask this question, so I'm going to blame him. There is a frenzy right now going on with name, image, and likeness. You guys are familiar with that. Has that hit soccer, college soccer yet?
Not to the degree that it's hit other sports, but I think we are starting to get some inquiries for our players. Obviously, we have had a lot of national recognition in the last few weeks, so there's definitely a lot of interest now in using our players and getting some NIL deals going.
So what does that do to player dynamics and team dynamics? Because before that wasn't, and again, Brian, jump in anytime you want to here, that wasn't an issue, right? I mean, we didn't think about those things, or there was complaining about those things, but nobody really had to deal with it. Has that changed the way you coach at all, or is it pretty much still you're coaching the way you were always coaching?
No, I don't think it's changed anything. I think we speak to our team a lot about, you know, embracing change and celebrating each other. So if there's somebody that does get an NIL deal, we'd like to say that our team culture and our chemistry in the locker room is not going to be affected by that, but we are going to be celebrating and encouraging that player. But no, for us, it's about obviously giving our players a platform to express themselves both on and off the field of play. And I think in any situations where maybe NIL deals come down the pipeline, it's just another avenue for them to use their voice.
So you just used one of my favorite words, culture. What is the culture of the women's soccer team right now, if you had to encapsulate it?
Diversity. And we've got our core values at LSU, and we've been a new staff in the last 20 months, 2 years. We have spent as much time off the field building that and working on that as we have on the field, working with tactics and conditioning work. So we believe in connection. We believe that we've got a wonderful group of young women, all very different on any given day. You know, when you don't always know what you're going to turn up to practice, but we work hard to kind of build those relationships, connections.
Awesome. If I wanted to get more information about the women's soccer program at LSU, where would I go? I know there's a website.
LSUsports.net.
That's right. A couple of clicks. I went to LSUsports.net for the first time last week.
Oh, that's just. I don't even know what to do with you with that.
I was at
can I
LSU
throw
for
in,
9
can I
years.
throw in a question?
Sure,
I'm
absolutely,
curious.
dude.
I'm curious to know about something. With you talk about the diversity, and y'all's roster covers everywhere across the board. But there's only one Baton Rouge girl on the roster. What's the Baton Rouge scene like soccer-wise for recruiting and whatnot? By the way, you get 2 girls from North Shore High out of Slidell. Please, other side of West, go to West St. Tammany. Leave Slidell alone. I'm just kidding. But there's only one Baton Rouge girl on the roster. Shout out St. Joseph's Academy. Do we not produce a lot of soccer talent here locally, or is it just that LSU is such a worldwide brand that you get your pickings of everybody?
Yeah, we are a worldwide brand. We do have the opportunity, obviously, to go anywhere in the world to select players. But I think one of the things for us as a staff is to maintain a homegrown presence. And if it's not Baton Rouge, certainly, recruiting in the state of Louisiana. I think we currently have 7 players from Louisiana on our roster. Baton Rouge has a huge soccer presence, and I think that's one of the things that we've been really intentional about, certainly in the last couple of months as the pandemic has eased and we've been able to get into the community, is making sure that our players are working with the kids in the community and giving them sort of the, if I can see it, I can be it kind of philosophy. We've been doing kids clinics after games. But it is really important to us as we sort of, look not just nationally but internationally at players, that we do maintain that home presence, because I think Louisiana, we obviously feel the passion coming here just for the state of Louisiana towards LSU, and we want to maintain that on our roster.
Talk to me a little bit about, you mentioned doing kids camps. Talk to me about your presence with the youth, because I think that's remarkable, right? I think that's a really good program, and I definitely want to showcase that.
Yeah, we started summer camps this year. Obviously, during the pandemic, we didn't have any, so it was great to have camps all summer long with kids from the age of like 3 and 4 all the way up to 17, 18-year-old future recruits. So I think we had about 2,000 kids through our summer camps this summer. Then we've had some free clinics spread out in this area. And then after the games, our last home game, we had about 75 kids that came out for a free clinic.
So, Coach, if I'm a parent who wants to get more information about the clinics, would that also be LSUsports.net, or would that be somewhere else?
Yeah, you can certainly start there. We have a fans page on there that will give you all of the offerings for soccer. And then, anytime that you want to reach out via email, we've obviously got a large staff, and we want to generate those connections in the community. So I would just encourage people to reach out.
Wonderful. So what else do we need to know that we have not yet talked about soccer at LSU? We covered a lot of ground here.
We're growing the sport. We had 3,000 fans most recently against Mississippi State. So it was great to have a break in attendance record. Wonderful. And we play Texas A&M this week, Thursday night. It's a big rivalry for us. They typically get somewhere between 8,000 to 10,000 fans. So
how many fans, or how many students, or how many guests does the area hold, the stadium hold?
We could probably hold between 3,000 and 4,000 now.
Okay.
So we want standing room only.
We need to jam pack.
Standing room only.
Yes. Well, Coach Sean, Coach Seb, thank you guys for coming on to the Geaux Rouge show. Again, if you weren't paying attention, you can go to the women's soccer games for free. There's lots of free goodies that you guys sometimes give away. I definitely will be trying to go this Thursday. I think it's just a fun experience. And it's something that, I told you when I was talking to you, I want to get more people there. I want people are always, so you'll notice about Baton Rouge, we have lots of things going on in Baton Rouge, but people will still sometimes complain that there's nothing to do in Baton Rouge. Well, you want something different to do? Go to a women's soccer game at LSU and root for the Tigers. Thank you guys so much, and you're definitely going to be welcome whenever you want to come back to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
So before we finish this episode, Brian, I think we should take a minute to point out I just successfully had 2 coaches on my show.
You did.
Wow. It's going to start raining cats and dogs outside. It's like the first sign of the apocalypse is me doing sports stuff. I want to talk one more time about the Real Men Wear Pink campaign, Brian. If you're looking to donate, right, it's a competition, Coach. It's a competition. I'm competing against, I think, about 10 to 15 other guys. Right now, I'm in the lead. I've raised about $6,600. My threshold, my goal was $2,500. So I'm already above and beyond. Now I'm trying to hit $10,000. So you can donate all through, and it's only October 4th. I have the entire month. To fundraise. This is insane. So,
Well, I tell you what, we'll join with you because Thursday night Texas A&M is our pink game, so maybe we'll take some donations on the gate.
I love it.
Make some
I
contributions.
love it. And you can wear pink and purple and gold to the game. So, are the girls going to be wearing any pink?
They'll be in pink
That's
Thursday
awesome,
night.
man. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. Well, look, I got to tell you, Coach Sean gets better and better with every passing minute. So Brian, look, this is where we're segueing. And I don't know how much time we have left, Brian, but we need to talk about. Next week we're going to talk about the Mid-City Pink Run that I am helping to organize a race. I ran my first race for the first time. It was a 5K. It was only 5K. But we are organizing right before White Light Nights a pink run that will help raise money for breast cancer awareness and to fight the cancer. So, look, if you want more information about the Geaux Rouge Show, go to www.geauxrouge.com. That's about it for this episode. Coach Sean, Coach Seb, thank you guys for coming in. Brian, have a great week, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Go Tigers.
All right, we are out, and we are out on YouTube.
Great job, guys.